This is the plaintiff, Janice. She says she was royally ripped off by the defendant who sold her a car with a transmission warranty. And a few weeks later, when the transmission failed, he ignored her. That's right, he said he'd repair any transmission issues, and then, once she said she had an issue, he told her it wasn't his problem. Well, we'll see about that, because she's done playing around and suing the sneaky guy here and now for every penny of the $3,626 he owes her. This is the defendant, Albert George Schubert II. He says the plaintiff forged his name on some sort of warranty she says he gave her regarding the transmission. Not only did he not give her a warranty, the transmission on the car blew because she drove around with a fluid leak. This woman's living in some sort of la-la land because she thinks she was buying a 2019 Bentley when what she really purchased was a used 2003 Pontiac Aztek. He's accused of not honoring a warranty. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,000 for lost wages.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Janice, you've asked to be referred to only as Janice.
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing Albert George Schubert II
Yes, ma'am.
for $3,626 that you say you were out as a result of buying a car that was a lemon and you want your money back.
Yes,
For what you paid for the car, for repairs, for childcare, and for lost wages.
Yes.
All right. You have a counterclaim against her for $2,000 for lost wages for having to come to court?
From work that I can't do today, for having to be
Just
at court.
today?
And yesterday.
Oh,
There's two
okay.
engine jobs.
All right, let me hear from you first, Janice. What's going on?
Hi, I just want to say first, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I watch your show a lot,
Okay.
and you're awesome.
Okay. You also think I'm awesome, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right, now we're even. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
So what happened?
Well, apparently what happened was bought this car. So it was like, first it was like between me and my mother, because I recently came from Puerto Rico due to the Hurricane Maria disaster. So I was like in a very desperate situation. Like I was like, whatever car for like the amount of money I have, like I want. So my mom reached out to me, like I came to Puerto Rico and everything. My mom reached out to me, she's like, well, I talked to this guy, like he seems like very legitimate. He seems like he, is selling this car. It was the Aztek Pontiac 2003. And the original price for it was like $2,800. But originally he wanted.
Can I ask you, did you buy the car? Or did your mother?
I bought the car.
How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Okay, so you buy the car. Did you have it looked at by a mechanic beforehand?
No, ma'am.
All right, do you have paperwork from the sale of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see it? Did your mother have it looked at by a mechanic?
No, ma'am.
Was this your car?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you had it?
18 months, maybe 2 years.
All right, so now,
So this is like what I'm going to hand
if you
you.
watch me all the time, Sweet Pea, can you tell me why you bought a 15-year-old car without having a mechanic
I
look
know,
at it?
that was the thing. I was trying to get my uncle, he's a mechanic, to come out, and he couldn't come out that day.
Then don't buy it.
I know, I shouldn't have, but like, I don't know how to explain to you my situation. Like, I was
No, I don't care how desperate you are. The rules don't change because you feel desperate
Yeah.
at that moment. Get a
course.
job close to where you're living
Yeah.
if you feel so desperate.
Yes.
It's just how it is.
course.
So you buy the car, and what's the problem?
Well,
What paperwork do you have? Do you have any paperwork on the sale of the car?
Yeah, I have this contract that he signed that's talking about, has to do with him practically selling me the car. Like, this is the proof of that he sold it to me.
Okay, let me see that.
Because he signed it, so.
This is a forged document. I've never signed this. I've never even seen that until.
You haven't even seen it now? How do you know it's forged?
From the court in my town. They
Okay,
sent
so
me a
you
copy.
did see it?
Yes.
All right. I, Al Schubert, declare the vehicle Pontiac Aztek 2003 sold, has no transmission or motor issues. And if in 30 days or less there will be any mechanical dysfunction in the areas mentioned, making the vehicle non-drivable, a full refund of $2,550 is permitted.
May I?
Yeah.
It's deplorable and a joke, in my opinion.
Because?
It looks nothing like my handwriting. And I don't mean to sound the
Go
wrong
ahead.
way with this. The person that wrote that, English is not their first language. It's very clear I did
Al
not write
Schubert,
this.
declare the vehicle Pontiac Aztek 2003 sold, has no transmission or motor issues, and if in 30 days or less there will be any mechanical dysfunction in the areas mentioned, making the vehicle non-drivable, a full refund of $2,550 is permitted.
It sounds wonderful. May I?
Yeah?
There was a problem with brakes. I bought her brakes. There was a problem with the body control module, which is a computer to make it start with the key. I bought that. I was willing to put it in, but physically can't put it in because the dealer needs to program it to that VIN number for the car so it will run. I went to the dealer, told her I was at the dealer. We made a plan. I sat there for 2 hours. She never showed up. I delivered the body control module to her car, put it on the hood of her car because she didn't come outside.
This was after she complained about problems?
Yes. I bought brakes for this lady's car.
Why did you do all that if the car had already been...
Kindness. Her church called me. Her mom called me.
Her church called you?
I don't have proof of this, ma'am, but
tell me about
15,
it.
20 people called me telling me how much of a crook I am, that I sold her this lemon car that leaves her stuck in traffic all the time. But it's my understanding if the thing was leaking fluid, I told her mom, bring the car back to me.
Why
I'll
didn't
fix
you meet
it.
him that day? Because if you keep driving a car that's leaking fluid, you're doing additional damage. Why didn't you meet him that day?
I didn't meet him that day because he wanted me to pay for the part. And on top of that, he lied. He didn't put no new brakes. I have a receipt right here
didn't put new
showing
brakes on.
all the stuff that I had to put into it. And then I have proof here as well showing that when I went to put the brakes on it, like he's saying, that the mechanic that I took it to didn't even want to take it. They didn't even want to put the brakes on it because they said, ma'am, you have to put more stuff on this, like brake rotor, standard, service, whatever, brake system, like
Janice,
the entire hydraulics was ruined.
Janice.
So I was like,
Janice,
yes, ma'am.
let's assume Albert George Schubert II is the worst person in the world. Do you think he knows how to spell his name?
Yes, definitely. You should know how
Why
to
do you
spell your
suppose he wouldn't spell it correctly on this document? Why do you suppose the C is missing and the BERT is
Because
missing?
he knows what he's doing, and he's probably done this a million other times before. He's
Yeah.
probably got in trouble before. He knows what he's doing. He's very aware of what he's doing. Like, that's why I had to have so many people call him, because he didn't want to listen
Somebody
to
is
me.
looking at a signature somewhere else and completely just, and I guess they're in a rush, and they
This
just
is
forget the
so
BERT
sad.
and just put the Roman numeral 2.
It's okay. Like, I'm sorry that you believe that, but
Well, I'm just asking you, because
No,
I find
you
this a
can
little
ask-
suspicious.
that's-
I've seen his signature on his license, on the contract for the people. I've seen his signature a
That's
million
fine.
times. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried. Yeah, I got to
Okay,
tell you.
I understand why you're worried because you weren't physically there, and like I cannot prove it to you other than saying that that's exactly what happened. I did type that up, and he did put his finger on it, and he did put his signature on it with a pen, and I was in the parking lot when I gave him money.
You have you're suing him for the money you paid for it, the money you paid to repair the car, the money for child care. How is it he has to pay for your child care?
Because I lost my job due to this issue.
Why-
He's not paying my child care. There was fees involved in me not being able to pay child care on time due to job loss, but I
Where's
didn't know
the car
her.
right now?
The car is at the lot, like where I live.
Okay, so
It's
you're
in
not.
my back,
it hasn't been
backyard.
fixed. You're not using it.
No, I can't use it. It's not drivable. The transmission's
and-
shot completely.
Right, so it needs to be fixed, right? The
Yes.
transmission's shot completely.
Yeah, it's actually will cost more of me fixing it than the original cost of the car.
So what's your plan? What are you going to do with the car?
With the car? Well, I want to give it back to the owner, to the original owner.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because you bought a 15-year-old car, and you would have to prove to my satisfaction that there was some warranty on the transmission. A
And
piece of
that's
paper
what he
with a
signed.
signature that doesn't look like his at all, where he's telling me that he did
Ma'am,
not do
I
this.
promise you that
There, you can promise me all you want, but you have to prove it. See, when you come to court, you're the person with the burden of proving it. That means you have to prove that a bunch of stuff that went wrong with a car that was a 15-year-old car was under a warranty.
It was.
No, I need you to stop talking and listen. Was under a warranty that this man gave you. You have the burden of proof. You've brought me a signed document where the name is completely misspelled. He denies having ever signed it. And so you want me to conclude that he's a cagey character who figured out that he should deny ever having signed it.
I don't want to say. but
It doesn't matter.
How
You've
his
got
denial
whether
is proven,
he
but
denies it
my
or
saying
whether
that
you're
he
a
did
liar
sign-
and a forger is not what I have to decide.
Oh, okay.
What I have to decide is whether you have sustained your burden of proof. That's the only thing I have to decide.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Bachelorette party, folks. She's getting married. She's getting hitched. Okay, so here's my question. Would you ever buy a car, be honest with me, that you really loved, a used car, without going to a mechanic?
When do I buy one?
Would you buy a car without checking it out with a mechanic? If you really loved it and they said, look, I'm not going to let you do that, would you buy it if you loved it?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh my God, good. I was going to embarrass you. Why do you need to go to the mechanic beforehand?
Because you got to make sure what you're buying is what you're buying.
What are you doing for the bachelorette party?
Just walking.
Strippers?
Strippers, definitely.
Where are you finding strippers?
So
This is our stripper.
Yeah, we need someone. Anyone local? We're looking for strippers.
Don't know of anybody, sorry. Going inside the courtroom.
Have you brought me sufficient proof that a car that neither side has, by the way, all you got to do is take a picture with your phone of the bill of sale, and then you have proof of a bill of sale, okay? Which is how it should be done from now on. That none of you bring me the bill of sale. The default position when people sell a 15-year-old car, they're probably not going to give you a warranty. The fact that he goes and pays for a module and this and that is not evidence that there was a warranty. This is the evidence. This is the only thing you have to prove that there is a warranty.
Yes,
and I can't help but notice that the thing he says you forged is actually misspelled. His name is misspelled on it by about 4 letters. And not only that, someone adds 60 days to it when the body of the thing says 30 days. Why would somebody who's giving you a 30-day warranty decide they want to give you double the warranty?
Let's say it was 30 days. Let's just say it was 30 days.
No, let's not. Let's say it's unbelievable, which is what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
And my verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Okay, that's fine.
But you don't get lost wages in a case like this, Mr. Schubert. So on your countersuit, 0.
Genesis did not work out too well for you. You're upset.
Yes, because he did sign it, and I was standing right next to him, and I'm just tired of people taking advantage of me.
Did
Like, I'm just trying to do the right thing and take care of my daughter, and that's it. And I came here in a bad situation. Instead of coming here to do better, these people are just coming to take advantage of me, and I didn't do it. What purpose is there for me to come here and lie? I didn't forge anything, and he knows that. That's the sad part. Like, I feel bad for him because in the future, that's going to catch up to you. And I feel bad. I really do feel bad more for him because I will just do, the right thing, so.
And I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. That's the judge's verdict. Good luck to you. Mr. Schubert II?
Yes, sir.
Did you forge that?
No, sir.
Did you fill it out?
I know how to spell my name pretty good. It's been mine for 40 years now.
And you used George, your last name, Schubert II, right?
Yes.
What's the difference between George II and Junior?
My dad is passed away. His name was Albert Schubert, and my brother, his name is Albert Schubert Jr. So to differentiate them, I'm the second.
Okay, all right, good enough.
Thanks.
Thanks for clearing that up. All right. Harvey?
Got to tell you, Doug, forging a document before you take the oath in court, you could be prosecuted criminally for perjury.